Hi, collective. What's going on? I promise y'all, this table is clean. I promise. I cleaned it. It is absolutely clean. I have just got glue spots from where I do art projects here. It's stuff I just can't get off the table, so I apologize about that. The readings are going to be a little short because I don't have my charger for my computer and my battery isn't fully charged. So we're going to just jump into it. They did tell me to go ahead and grab these. What are their these? I want these. Okay. Let's just jump into it. I did just hear somebody doesn't realize it. You're going to be stepping into a new career, which you do know that you're going to be doing this, but what you don't realize is the endurance you're going to need in order to be successful at this career. They want you to start moving your body more, and good walking routine is what you need right now. Just starting with a good walking routine. You should be getting in 15 to 18,000 steps a day. If you're not getting that in, you want to start striving for that, because whatever career you're going to be doing, that is like the minimum of what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing more, about 25,000 steps a day, but you are not aware of that yet. I'm also seeing somebody on all fours doing, like doing the leg raise, where you do, like, the hip raise when you're on all fours, and then you lift the leg up at the hip. I'm seeing somebody doing that. There's something about, you don't even believe this about yourself right now. I'm also seeing something about, doing some type of exercise videos on, maybe it's on YouTube or some type of social media platform. You will be doing that, and you don't feel that yet. It's not really in your realm, or you're not taking it seriously. It could be any of those options. They want you to start taking it seriously and start to walk, get 15 to 18,000 steps a day. I'm also hearing strength training is going to do feel like magic for your body in particular. Why? I mean, it's good for anybody, obviously, but there's something about you in particular, whoever this part of the message is for. There's something about strength training that helps raise the vibration to a point that you unlock a spiritual ability that you are not utilizing at this time. So you're going to find a strength training routine where you get into it about 3 times a week consistently for after 3 weeks. You're going to notice something unlocks in you that you don't have at this time. And they're not going to tell you what it is. They want you to experience it so that it's exciting and fun. They don't want to tell you what it's going to be. They just want you to have it. Okay. Learn to learn to okay. Learn to find the beauty in everything, see the world for all of its aspects. You want to watch out for complaining. 333 on the clock as I say that. So let's just say you have this 30-second, you just come out of this 30-second daydream where you felt nothing but bliss of this futuristic experience. Your inner being infused you with this. It felt great. And it's something you're going to be doing in the future, or something that, just something that plays out in the future for you. And it felt really good for 30 seconds. Then all of a sudden you wake up, reality sets in. Yeah, but I'm not there yet. And I don't think I'm ever going to be there. It's been 10 years. I mean, if it hasn't happened by now, it's never going to happen. And then you kill it with that. So then you have this beautiful 30 seconds of pure positive energy, which is a pure positive thought of your future that your inner being's infusing you with. And then you kill it with those strings of thoughts. Watch those thoughts. This week, your job is to clip those thoughts. And you may not, maybe sometimes you just have to say it because the momentum's so strong that you just have to get it out, right? But your job this week is to find relief in those thoughts. So that means if you find yourself getting on a roll and you catch yourself like you're in the middle of it, it's kind of like the wand on a vacuum where you're picking something up in a corner and you put your hand on it and go, and it sucks on your hand. That's what it's like having momentum with your thoughts. If you have a lot of momentum on a certain particular, like a certain topic, when you think of that topic, it tends to match the vibration, which is equivalent to the emotion. For me, that's how I figure it out. How I'm feeling, however I'm feeling at this time. Let's say I'm being ornery at this time, I'm being kind of angry. Whatever I'm thinking about at that time, I'm going to have angry thoughts about whatever it is I'm thinking about. That's how it works for me. So, but if you want to catch it before you get out ahead of, get out ahead of it, you want to catch it before you get sucked in, because if you're feeling kind of like teetering between boredom and irritation, let's just say you want to be bored more than irritated. You don't want to be irritated, you want to feel bored. And instead of feeling bored, you want to feel, ease. And instead of ease, you want to feel excitement. And instead of you see what I mean? You just kind of want to step yourself up. But when you catch yourself, a thought happens and you catch yourself like, whoa, I didn't even recognize that I got pulled into that string of thoughts. That's because that wand it's pulling you in, and that momentum, it'll suck you in. And before you know it, you're being pulled. It's almost like my head feels like it's being pulled into it. If you can catch yourself in the middle of that and you just start looking around the room and you just start naming things, identifying objects, and breaking that thought pattern, breaking whatever it is that you have going on, it is a great way to bring balance back to yourself. Once you interrupt that thought process that's going on that you don't want, then you can start saying, well, that felt really bad. I don't like to feel bad. This is how things have been up until this point. But moving forward, I would like for it to feel like A, B, and C. I know I can't feel like A right now, but C seems kind of doable. I don't know how I'm going to get there right now in this moment, but I know that it is possible, and I'm closer to getting to point C than I am to point A. You see how you just kind of ramble yourself into a place, a good feeling place. You just ramble yourself into that place. They want you to work on that this week. The next few weeks, actually. The 30-day challenge, it's going to be moving your body, getting up and moving your body more. Oh, look, time to stand. My time to stand thing just came up on my app. All right. So I am getting something about moving the body, that 10 to 15, or did I say 15 to 18,000 steps, getting a good walking routine in. That's going to be beneficial for someone. There is someone in your field, or it's still somehow a player in your energy. It is somebody that you have a past life connection with, obviously. That's why the energy tends to be stronger. The people that annoy us the most, those are the people that we tend to have the most past lives with. Did you know that? Sorry, I had to get a drink. Because they know how to push your buttons. There's like a memory. There's an unspoken memory in that energy. You know how you're around somebody and you're like, I don't know, I just feel like I've known you forever. It's that soul memory. It's like you made it to where you guys are going to meet up in this lifetime, and you chose to push each other's buttons. So there's a situation here where someone met up with you in this life, okay? You've had many lifetimes together. I feel like maybe you've rejected them, but I also feel like, excuse me, they've rejected you. And the reason that was important for them to reject you is because that is what's setting you on the path of exploring yourself, figuring out who you truly are, peeling back false layers, things that aren't really you, things that you've put on over the years. You're pulling all that off, and it's helping you find balance. So although the relationship itself was a relationship, it didn't work out, which is okay. The great thing that came from that is it set you on, like, you know what? I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to take this time and I'm going to go figure out what I want. Like, this relationship really rocked my soul. I know what you think about me, but something doesn't feel right. I need to take time for myself. I'm kind of getting that energy where you my brain just all of a sudden got very confused. Like everything in my brain, I had like 3 or 4 thoughts going down 3 or 4 different avenues here, and they all just like intertwined and locked up. So that's telling me there's so much confusion about what happened here in the past that the only way for you to move forward is to really look at yourself. And that's what you've had to do, is take a good look at yourself. And in looking at yourself, you're finding yourself. So what are they finding? I'm feeling called to pull a couple of these. Wait, what are they finding? Just get there because my battery's about to die. What are they finding? What are you wanting them to find? The Emperor. This came out. This was the one card. This and the Lovers fell out of the deck when I was pulling them out of the boxes to get ready for this reading. Leadership. You were not in a place where you were leading. You were in a place where you were entangled and meshed with other people. Codependency and relationships, not realizing that you were codependent and you were meant to be denied and put into this place of trying to figure out who you are, what you want, why you're here, what makes you feel good, what doesn't. And you're being shown like, hey, you are not a lost cause. You have a lot to offer. I don't care what this person said or this person did. What they did has brought you here. So thank them for what they've done. You don't have to thank them physically, but just thank somebody for what they've done, you know? They're giving you a leg up in life. It's a yes. Look at this. You are somebody who can set, you know what? You're so good at setting boundaries. You don't realize how good you are at it. I just heard you have really rocked someone's security as far as them believing they had control over you. There was a sense of control they thought they had, that they would always have over you. And you did something that went against the playbook. And you outwitted them is what it feels like. And they're feeling off kilter. Their foundation's feeling rocked because they're not used to you outwitting them. If this hasn't happened yet, I did just get an energy where this hasn't happened for a group of you watching this, but this is coming down the pike. What? Okay, they want you to know whatever it is that you went through with this person, that their job was to deny you and put you into this place of self-exploration so that you can start understanding your leadership role and where you're supposed to go with this next leg of your life, where your journey's taking you. At the same time, you're also meant to teach this person a lesson that their dominance and feeling like they can hammer things into place, or that's the terminology that I'm vibrating, that's what I'm translating, that they feel like they can hammer into place and make work for them, is about to be shown that they can do the same thing much easier, like more efficiently, and be more successful at it at the same time. They're being shown that wit is the way to get something instead of brute strength. There's something about somebody forcing, like somebody feeling like they need to force something into place, like you need to force your dream to happen. You need to work, work, work. You need to bang it into place, where you are coming around somehow in your self-exploration, you finding out about your leadership capabilities and your spiritual gifts, your abilities, finding out about that, you're learning, it's like you're learning a different approach to get the same thing done, and you're going to be more successful at it than somebody else. And that has got them very topsy-turvy in their emotions, because this came out, you see how this King of Cups is kind of like upside down? See how it kind of came out like that? You got somebody kind of topsy-turvy in their emotions because you have outwitted them. I am getting something that whatever this is, like you dealing with an emperor or you dealing with this type of energy, this has felt very heavy and kind of like, ugh, like a strain or a pull on your heart. Whereas what they're wanting you to shift your focus from here now, because source is taking care of this just by you focusing on this. As you shift, and this is how you're going to outwit them. Okay, this is how you're going to use your wit and your objectivity to clear away all this crap over here that no longer serves you, right? What they want you to do is make a decision to move forward with this playful approach that they're wanting you to take, instead of trying to bang something into place. There's a playful approach. It's almost like when you allow yourself to get playful, you feel like there's danger. Oh man, that's a deep message. That's a very deep message for somebody to hear. When you allow yourself to feel playful, you don't feel safe. You feel like there's danger there. Because when you've been playful in the past, that has been exploited in you. They want you to take a playful approach to outwit somebody who wants to keep you stuck. And that's what they're doing. That you were meant to separate with this person and show them up. Yeah. You were. That's what I have for you guys. I'm going to do more readings, but I forgot my charger. I need to grab that, and I'll be back to do more later, okay? Peace and love.